Hey, I'm Preston Hardy. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to video 3 in the series of how to lose weight and keep it off. In today's video, we're going to discuss why it's not necessary to exercise to lose weight. Now, most of us, when we think of losing weight or losing body fat, we immediately think of exercising. You know, what exercise am I going to do? What exercise am I going to pick that's going to help me to lose weight? And that's often the first thing we think of, or someone even asks us if we tell someone that have a goal to lose weight or we're attempting to lose weight. The first thing they ask is what gym do you go to, or are you running? What exercises are you doing? And as I said in the last video, many of you, I know what you're doing right now because I've been there before. You have established good exercise habits. Maybe you go to the gym 6 days a week and spend an hour there, or maybe you just do exercises at home, and you know you're burning calories. You build up a big sweat. You exert yourself. You burn a lot of energy, but then you still don't see the results that you would like. You still don't feel like you're closer to your goals, or you don't even see the scale change. You step on the scale and you may lose a pound or two, but then you end up gaining it all back. And I know what you're doing. You're spinning your wheels because you don't understand this one thing, like that I said in the last video, which is the calorie deficit is the key. It is the exact key, and I'm going to explain to you why you don't have to exercise to lose weight. What you have to remember about our body is we are always either burning fat or storing fat. Our body is always in the process of burning fat or storing fat. So what is it that determines if my body right now is in the process of storing a lot of fat, which is what a lot of us end up, that's the stage we're in, or that's the dilemma that we face, is that our body seems to be in a stage of storing more fat than burning fat. What determines that is, are you in a calorie deficit or not? If you're in a surplus, if you have more calories than your body needs, then what it's going to do is exactly what I said. It's going to store it as extra fat on your body because you are in a calorie surplus. And what that means is you are eating way too much food. You would be surprised how easy it is to eat way more food than you need. Trust me, I'm an expert at that. I love buffets. In the small town of Waycross where I'm from, I mean, I'm not even going to think about it, but I'll guarantee you there's at least 4 or 5 buffets in this little town. So I'm from a place where buffets are greatly appreciated, and trust me, I appreciate them now. I've managed to find 3 of them up here in Smyrna, Georgia. I'm about 5 minutes from the Braves Stadium right now. And while there's a lot more people up here, there's not that many buffets. And trust me, it's taken me a while to find them, and I will go and wreck them. But it is so easy to eat too many calories. Think about this, and I've used this analogy, or not, I've used this comparison before. Think about a cup of rice. Okay, this is a little small cup of rice. I want you to picture in your mind. A cup of cooked rice is around 200 calories. You will have to run around 2 miles on average just to burn off. I want you to picture yourself giving yourself a helping of just 1 cup. Now, most time, if I fix some rice and throw some good old gravy on there, if you know what I'm saying, I mean, I'll fix probably 2.5 or 3. It's easy for me to just throw 3 cups of rice on there, which would be 600 calories of nothing but rice. So if it's going to take you running 2 miles just to burn off this little cup of 200 calorie cup of rice. Do you see now that why there's the saying that you cannot out exercise a bad diet? And I don't look at food as good or bad. There's food that, you know, is more healthy than other food. There's food that is more tasty than other food. But I just look at food as fuel. And that's exactly what the body looks at food as, is fuel for energy. So if you burn more calories during the day than you consume, that is the definition of being in a calorie deficit. If you burn more calories during the day than you're consuming, then you're in a calorie deficit. Now, when you're in a calorie deficit, remember that process I said that is happening constantly over and over again during the day? Our body is either in a process of burning fat or storing fat. So if you're constantly in a surplus, it's going to store fat. If you're in a deficit, the body has no choice but to go into, let's say you've went a while and stored fat like I've done in the past. Your body will, when you go into a deficit, the first thing your body will do is use that fat that you've stored. It will start burning that fat. Now let's think of starvation like the concentration camps, sadly. And not just in World War II, but even during the Civil War, or any war for that matter, where anyone is deprived of food, the first thing that happens is their body consumes all of their body fat. But you've probably seen the pictures like I have where there's literally these human beings that are still alive, but you can honestly see their skeletal frame. I mean, it's terrible and it's sad. And after the fat is gone, the body has no choice but to start eating away the muscle. That's why these people end up nothing but literally just skin and bones. So remember that process and remember the calorie deficit. Now, as we move around, just living day to day, even just breathing, our heart pumping, me flexing, son, I digress. Even us just moving around day to day, we are burning calories just living. So if you put yourself in a calorie deficit, just by living, breathing, even sleeping, walking around, your body has no choice but to go ahead and use fat stores and you will lose weight. So that, my friends, is why you do not have to exercise to lose weight. I hope that this helps you understand that the calorie deficit is the key. Now, like I said, I don't want you to be one of those who just is like, oh man, this is the greatest news I've ever heard. Hallelujah. I don't want you to be like that, because exercise is important and it can help you feel so good. It can alleviate a lot of sicknesses, strengthen your immune system. If you do it, I'm a believer of doing it in the morning time. If you do it in the morning time, it no doubt gives you energy for the entire day. And I've experienced it I've worked out in the evening times. I've even worked out like at midnight before. And I'm sure some of you night owls may have, you got to do what you got to do. But all I'm saying is I am a convert to working out in the morning times. It sets your day up, gives you energy, energizes you. And so that's what I'm going to preach. Preach on, brother. I'm going to preach that you should not only exercise, but exercise in the morning time. It can allow you to not be on a lot of medications that you might be on right now. I know at one time, thinking back to the last video I talked about, and I showed you the picture where I had got around 230 pounds, not muscle, not healthy weight, but fat weight. and I began to have really bad acid reflux. Now, I still do have some of that because sometimes, you know, some of the certain foods that I eat, being spicy or whatnot, will trigger that. But I'm telling you, when I lost all that weight, and when I was actually in the process of losing it, really, to sum it up, when I was in the calorie deficit, so when my body was receiving less food, I threw away, or I put away all the acid reflux medicine. I didn't even need it. For months and months, I went to where I didn't even need it. So it will eliminate exercise, and losing that body fat will help you eliminate the need for maybe some of the medications that you might be on. Now, as far as your crazy medications, it hasn't fixed mine. I still need some loony bin medication. I'm sure that my friends and people around me will vouch for that. But let's just not tell them anything about that. I digress. So, calorie deficit is key. You don't have to exercise to lose weight, but you should exercise because it's so much better for you. Also, you should exercise because it will help you lose weight faster. Now, in the next video, I'm going to talk about some of the exercises. If you do choose to exercise to lose weight, I'm going to talk about some of the exercises that are the best to do and why they're the best to do to help facilitate you losing weight in an effortless way. And I'm also going to talk about why there's one particular exercise that I feel like if you're in the process of losing weight, there's one particular exercise that, in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinion, this one exercise, it could be the best exercise for you. And I'm going to explain why on that as well in great detail. But I'd like for you to hit the like and subscribe button. It does something to the algorithm that could help someone else see this video, and they may gain some value from it if you feel like you've gained some value from it. If you've stuck with me this long, stick with me through this series, because I am going to talk in the next several videos coming up. Up ahead, I'm going to talk about, depending on your goal weight, how to set yourself up for the proper calorie deficit. How many calories, depending on how much you weigh right now and how much weight you would like to lose, whatever your goal is. I'm going to talk about how you can calculate and figure what calories you need to set yourself up on. We're going to talk a lot about that, about the nutrition part of it. But the next one will be what exercises are best to facilitate weight loss to help you effortlessly lose weight. Now, this is what I want to ask you. Are you sick and tired of looking in the mirror and seeing and being disappointed in what you see? Are you tired of it? Are you tired of walking around feeling like you're carrying extra weight around? Extra weight on your torso, maybe extra weight on your belly. Are you just tired of it? You're sick of being disappointed. You're sick of, when you see yourself in pictures, are you disgusted? Have you had enough? Are you at the point where enough is enough? Then get off your ass and do something about it. Only you can do it, but I believe in you, and I know that you can do it, and I know that you're going to do it. And I'll see you in the next video. That's my tough love for today. I'll see you in video 4.